Hello there, and welcome to Gaming Takes Ages. I am Teal,
I am Emil.
and we have a very special guest this week. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Game Champ, I think.
You are indeed. How are you doing?
We should check that.
Oh yeah,
Can we get a fact check?
yeah, I can. Yeah, found your YouTube. Yeah, you Game Champ 3000. Yeah.
Okay, so you are Game Champ. We can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good. I'm really excited because apparently we're talking about one of my favorite games.
Yes, we are. We are indeed. We'll get to that in a little bit. It's as part of the format. We will look at a game that released exactly 25 years ago. And actually, we're going to look at two this week.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's pretty exciting. But before we get to that, yeah, how are you, Emil? And have you been playing anything recently?
I am fine. I thought that I hadn't played anything because I've been quite busy. It's been Easter weekend, and went away with my family. And we did, in fact, play a lot of Overcooked, which is
Oh,
a fun game to play with your family,
hmm.
especially if they're very bad at Overcooked, which some of them were. I haven't really played much else. I did organize an Easter egg hunt, which was pretty cool because it was sort of inspired by GeoGuessr.
Oh, cool.
If you've played GeoGuessr and you know how that works, if you haven't, you get a picture from, well, it plops you down in a Google Earth Street View, and then you have to find, like, locate where you are. So we took that concept and made an Easter egg hunt. So we went and took pictures from the eggs perspective and sent them out to the people, and they went to go and find the eggs. So yeah, I didn't get to play it, but I did make it
Hmm. That's pretty cool.
with my cousin.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it
really
was
cool.
funny because all our family are adults, and they were running around like headless chickens trying to find eggs.
It sounds great. It's the kind of thing I would love to do. And when you told me about it, I was incredibly jealous. Uh,
Well, you always tell me about things that your mum is organizing. That
yes, yeah,
sounds
she
incredibly
does.
fun.
Yeah, she organizes really cool stuff around Christmas. Because it's my birthday at the same time, so it's like we just combine it and do some fun stuff. But Game Champ, what have you been playing recently?
I just recently finished Dragon Quest III, the
Hmm.
original, not HD
Hmm.
2D. Uh, and that is one of my favorite games of all time now. It
Oh,
completely
cool.
floored me.
Oh, wonderful.
I've also topical. I've been playing Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. Uh, it's a little like mini
Okay.
game collection thing.
Okay.
Oh, mini games.
Well, what I need to know why is it like relevant or topical
Oh,
or
just because the game today is that we're talking about later is also a mini game collection of sorts.
Oh.
yes, I see. That is true. That is true. But I was just like, is there some kind of huge baseball news I don't know about? And the answer to that is no. May
I've
or
never heard of this
maybe.
game before.
Yeah, what's it for?
Oh, the 3DS.
Oh,
Wait, do you
okay.
not know about Rusty's Real Deal Baseball?
No.
No.
It was Nintendo experimenting with microtransactions and DLC.
Okay.
Okay. So wait, is it's actually like developed by Nintendo?
Yes,
Oh no.
no, it's actually legitimately they do it in a cool way, which
Okay.
actually makes the game better. I would never say this about
Well,
any
okay.
other game.
Okay.
So the game is free to start. It's a collection of like 10 mini games, and like you start with like one or two mini games.
Oh, okay,
And
for
then
fun.
you go visit this dog who runs like a shop where he sells like baseball merch and old retro baseball video games for some reason. And
Okay.
his shop isn't doing well, so you try to haggle with him to buy his games for the lowest price possible, and you are haggling the actual real world price.
Okay.
That's actually quite cool. As a concept, that's really interesting.
Yeah, trust Nintendo to do something interesting with this industry standard thing that everybody hates.
Yeah, I mean, still not necessarily a great thing to mess with that, but you know, it's certainly interesting.
It functionally is just like the price you pay for all the mini games is the price you would pay if this was just a singular purchase.
Yeah,
so you're not actually like paying more than you would otherwise. It's just a way to make a game out of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you ever haggled before, like at an antique or place? I've watched my mum haggle. I can't remember what it was for. It was like a figurine or a vase or something. I was way younger, but it was something like £70, and she really tried to get it for like 20. She tried to bring them down so hard. I think they ended up being like, okay, 40, fine. It was like, yeah, we will keep pushing. Eventually, you will let us have it for less.
I could never haggle. There was one time when we went to like a flea market, and I was going to consider haggling, but like I was there with my mom, and what I didn't expect was she was just going to hang out with me the entire time. And what am I gonna try and haggle in front of my mom? That feels weird.
Well, as it turns out, maybe not, because my mum enjoyed it. So.
We have different moms.
It's fun though, sort of, for maybe not for the person we haggled.
Yeah, the very concept of haggling is terrifying to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird that I don't mind the concept of haggling, but I am absolutely terrible at networking. Like, if you ask me to network in a group of people, like, nah, I'm not going to say anything to anyone. I'm going to stand there and look like I'm lost. But
clearly it's not so bad because we have Game Champ here.
Sure, but I didn't see you in person. It was so much easier. If I was there in person, I'd just be like, hi, and I'd just stop, just be silent for the rest of the day. But yeah, no, in terms of me, I've been playing a new game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which is rapidly becoming one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh.
It is a turn-based RPG, and it's a beautiful looking game. The story is insane. The combat is just incredible. The music is breathtaking. It's one of those soundtracks that is very varied, even though it has a very clear identity, and there has not been a single bad song. But yeah, like, just a very basic premise for the first, like, I guess 20 minutes of the game. You're in Paris, and it's some kind of, not post-apocalyptic, but I guess something bad has happened, you don't know what, and all you can see is there's a tower in the distance that says 34, and you are going to see your ex-girlfriend who's having her gommage, and I was like, what is a gommage? I don't know what that is. Well, I guess I'm about to find out. And it turns out, every year, that number counts down. It started at 100, it counts down. And it goes from 34 to 33. And those who are currently 33 die.
Oh, fun.
All of them die. So, like, we got a little sister who's currently 15, and it's just like, oh my god, that her age is going up, that's going down. In 9 years, she'll be dead if we don't stop this. So basically, every year an expedition goes out to try and stop it, and we are Expedition 33, and that's like the first 20 minutes, and it's just like, oh my god, it's so dark and it's so interesting, and there's so much that the game does, and it's awesome. I cannot recommend it enough.
But what is the gommage?
The gommage is basically the event where you know you're about to die.
Okay.
You know that you.
So it's not a real thing.
No. Everyone who goes there wears like a necklace of flowers, because when you die, the number changes and you turn into flower petals. And it didn't confirm it, But I did wonder, because there were baskets of petals, if the petals they're wearing around their necks are the previous year's people. I did not know. It did not confirm, but that's the interpretation I took. And it's dark as hell. It's really interesting. And yeah, just the expedition begins, and it goes even more insane, like from place to place. It's just crazy. So it's a fantastic game so far, and I can't wait to play more. But yeah, that's been what I've been playing this week. It's good. It's good stuff.
You should send me the name so I can look this up later.
I will. Yes, to be fair, it's
not a memorable name.
No, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is not memorable, but the game is. So, but yeah, moving briskly on, every week we like to present an offering to the ancients. Who are the ancients? What are they? What do they require? I don't know. Maybe one day we must find out, but we gotta present something. So, who would like to start?
I don't mind.
I also don't mind.
Okay, I'll start. So, last week, on the podcast, Teal, you referenced, what's it called? Trust the Trader?
Yes,
the jingle?
Trust the Trader, yes.
And it was stuck in my head ever since. And I got so mad, I thought, what if I made a jingle? So I've made a jingle for this podcast, which hopefully will be stuck in your heads.
Oh my gosh.
And if the ancients allow it, then we'll be hearing it every week. So
oh, wonderful.
Here's the jingle. Hopefully you can hear it.
Gaming bloody well takes bloody ages.
Takes ages.
I couldn't hear it properly, but but I look forward to hearing it later.
So yeah, hopefully the ancients will allow that, and we'll hear it every week.
Oh, that is lovely. Well, thank you very much. Game Champ, did you prepare anything for the ancients? If not, that is not a problem at all, for I have a very long one for the ancients.
Oh, I had seen the question. I did not understand.
I see. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. You know what? That is fine. You have by providing nothing to them. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they just want nothing. So you have provided exactly what we might have been searching for all along.
This is the kind of out of the box thinking we needed.
Yeah, I've got a document full of ideas, and I, not in my wildest dreams, I've put nothing. So.
This is can you present something to the ancients without actually presenting something to the ancients?
It's very good. Well, thank you very much. We'll see if they like that. Hopefully so. I will warn you, this one is long.
Okay.
So I would like to pitch a game to both of you and also the ancients. A PS2 style turn-based RPG called King for a Day, where you play as a king who loses everything. At the beginning, their kingdom is overthrown, their wife killed, and they have to flee with their brother, hiding from those who wish to do them harm. The music that plays throughout this whole opening scene is titled Master of Lament. Immediately, it's followed by some cozy-ish intro gameplay where you can build a hideaway, and the song that plays there is Master of Cement. Shortly after, the king has a conversation with their brother where he has a vague memory of someone lashing out at him. He thinks it might be someone they used to trust, but they can't quite remember. A combination of trauma and a little amnesia means he doesn't know who it was. The song that plays during the flashback is called Hazy Crazy. The first proper level in the game, you travel to a neighbouring kingdom to gain allies in your fight, but there's a labyrinth they have to go through to get there. The music is called Mazy Plazy. I think you see where this is going.
Yes.
The game has a sort of Persona day-night cycle where you can choose how to spend your days and evenings. You can gain points to boost your stats during the evening where you can reflect on what you've lost. The music that plays is called Melancholy. Immediately the next day, you have the option to take part in the cooking minigame, where the music is called Melancholy Flower. I enjoy that one.
Which would be a bad recipe.
It sure would, but a great bit of wordplay. Around midway through the game, you fight who you believe to be the real threat in charge of everything, and they have a very angry monologue about how they're owed everything. The song that plays is Insistent Psychopath. After you win, peace briefly returns, and you get to take part in a bike race minigame.
Wait, let me guess it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Insistent Psychopath.
Psychopath, yes. So,
Yes.
But I don't know what the insistent bit would be.
You take part in a bike race minigame. The music it plays is called Distant Psychopath. You're not on a
Distant
psychopath.
Psychopath.
You're on a racetrack. It's Distant
Okay.
Psychopath. Naturally, the final boss of all great RPGs is just a giant head. The final boss transforms into a perfectly symmetrical head, fed from all their jealousy, misguided ownership ideals, and rage with the aid of an ancient magical cube. The final boss theme is called Prism Cataclysm. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
That's...
You pitched not only a game, but a soundtrack.
I did.
If only we could know how these songs go.
Yeah, I didn't write them. I just wrote the names.
Maybe they all sound exactly like my jingle.
Perhaps they do. How confused are you, Game Champ?
Oh, not very. This sounds like a video game that exists.
Yeah, it sure does. Hopefully the ancients will have liked one of our offerings.
No, the ancients would not allow it.
What? Come on! I gave you so much. It's the brother. The brother was the one who betrayed the king at the beginning.
You are a fool. This changes nothing.
Okay, whatever.
Oh.
Fine. Whatever. I gave you so much. Next week.
Yeah, but this also means that we don't get to hear the jingle anymore.
Oh no.
Oh,
Right,
no.
so exactly 25 years ago. No, I appreciate you making a jingle. It's very cool. I'm excited to maybe put it in the future as mine and be like, oh, I stole something. That's my offering. But yeah, almost exactly 25 years ago, on May 5th, the Misadventures of Tron Bonne launched on the PlayStation in North America. Some places state it was much later in May, so it's actually hard to be sure exactly when, but close enough. So, Emil, do you know anything about this game?
No, I do not.
I would
have
like
not even
you-
heard of the game before.
I would like you to tell me the plot in exquisite detail.
Okay. Repeat the name again.
The Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Tron Bonne is a John Bon Jovi tribute act called. It's short for Tron Bon Jovi,
Mm.
and while on tour, all the instruments break, and I believe there's mini games because that was mentioned earlier. So maybe it's all these mini games about fixing your instruments, so you can play John Bon Jovi covers.
So close. So close.
Okay.
Game Champ. Would you like to discuss it?
Oh, I could. Am
Yeah.
I allowed to say what the game actually is?
Yeah, you
or-
sure can. You can
It
say
would
whatever
be
you want about
helpful.
it.
So the Misadventures of Tron Bonne is a I forget if it was a prequel or like a midquel with Rockman Dash. I'm sorry, that's the only way I'm going to refer to it. Which it stars Tron Bonne and in
Jovi.
general the Bonne family and the Servbots. They were like these antagonists in Rockman Dash, pirates who just go mess up the town. And Tron in particular, she has a bunch of like little Servbot minions who are just like these little Lego guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have seen this.
Well, to help you out, Emil, Rockman Dash is Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, you've seen Tron Bonne. Because I presume you saw at least part of her inclusion when I played it for the BizHawk Shuffler last year. So
You did?
Tron Bonne and the Servbots did show up, but she was the main antagonist in Rockman Dash, and then there's I think it was a midquel. I think I could be wrong, but yeah, it's a cool game. I liked okay. I'll be honest. I didn't play it. I watched a long play of it, uh, because I didn't have time. But I liked what it was doing, and it did well. It got a 77% on game rankings. Now, here's the thing. I mentioned last week that I use Metacritic to see reviews and review scores and whatnot. There is a Metacritic page, but it does not have any review scores or reviews on it. They were all originally assembled on Game Rankings, which ultimately merged into Metacritic. So that is very unhelpful because Game Rankings no longer exists. So what I have is the Wikipedia page, which tells me the generalized score. Because yeah, it's it wasn't a thing that I can find easily. But people liked it. It's a very different game to Mega Man Legends. If you were expecting Mega Man Legends, it is not that. But it is very cool. So I presume, Game Champ, that Tron Bonne means a lot to you, given that they've been your avatar since as long as I've known you.
Oh yeah. I've actually sort of wibble wobbled between her and Kaito Kid. I've been using. I sort of started leaning to Tron more for trans reasons. But yeah. It's kind of weird. I never actually I didn't make her part of my identity until like at this point it's been a long time. But not when I originally played the game. It's just like over time, eventually, I actually just saw somebody else with a Tron Bonne avatar, and I was just like a Tron Bonne. I'll steal it. No one will ever know.
See, I always thought that this character was, for some reason in my head, I thought this was one of the Pokemon professors, and this was like a stylized drawing of it. I don't know why I had that in my head.
I can see it.
I think it's the white coat, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not her normal outfit, for the record. This is her. Yeah. This is her special nerd outfit for when you're doing nerd stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's only in one room in the game, I think, or one or two, if I'm not mistaken. But it's pretty cool. So. Did you grow up with the game, or?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I've actually got to tell the story of how I got the game, because this is actually, I love telling this. So, way back, it was shortly after it came out. Not immediately, but a little bit after. There was a Hollywood Video, across the street from the barber shop, in the same little shopping center. So whenever we'd get haircuts, my mom would take my brother and I to Hollywood Video, and we could pick out a game to rent. But I was also interested in, they didn't just have games for rent, they had games for sale. Just the games that they'd been renting out for a while and were phasing out, they just sell them at incredibly cheap, way cheaper than you'd get at an actual used game store. And I was looking through there, and then I see the Misadventures of Tron Bonne, and my entire brain explodes because I had played Rockman Dash, and that was it. I didn't even know that there was Rockman Dash 2. And I just, in the middle of Hollywood Video, I see the Misadventures of Tron Bonne, and I'm like, what? Awesome. Why would this game... That doesn't make any sense. Why would they make this game? Is this a bootleg? Did a bootleg thing somehow get in here?
I mean, I can see why you think that, to be fair.
And so I got it for I think it was $5. Incredibly cheap. I didn't even find out till years later. It's worth a lot more than that. And I brought it home, and then I was like, oh, wow, I love this. I love it even more than I like the actual game it's a spin-off of.
Yeah, it's quite a strange decision because I guess like the character was just really beloved when Rockman Dash released, but even so, like it's still you don't see spin-offs of spin-offs that often.
Outside of
I
Mario.
Sure, okay, fair enough.
I heavily suspect, at least in Japan, it was largely because they were trying to make the Servbots like a big mascot character.
Yeah, I could see that. That's fair. So, okay, random little brief tangent. Hollywood Video, is that like the equivalent of Blockbuster?
It's just a Blockbuster competitor.
Yeah.
I don't think it was nationwide because like my wife had never heard of it
Yeah, okay, it's
when I
certainly
brought
not
it
a
up.
UK thing. So,
Oh yeah, no,
so I was
probably
just
not.
like, I was just trying to like the only thing I can think of is Blockbuster. I was like, you're saying all the words, and I'm picturing the local Blockbuster store that I had as growing up.
It is identical to Blockbuster in everything other
Excellent.
than it is a different company.
Excellent. So, like, what's interesting about the game is it's kind of Pikmin-esque before Pikmin. Um,
Hmm.
it's you sort of you control the Servbots and they do your bidding, like in certain missions. And there's like there's a mission where you're around a city and you're sort of like robbing a bank, like, and they could just sort of attack the police and people, and they just go yay when they do so. I don't remember the Pikmin cheering the death of the innocents, but I can't understand what they're saying. Maybe they are cheering constantly. I don't know. They don't. They're kind of quiet. So yeah.
I do want to point out I'm pretty sure they never say yay when they kill someone. They just
Sure.
say yay when they collect an item.
Okay.
That's like your I've collected an item
I see.
noise.
Well, it's
Yes,
near their
killing-
corpse, so
Killing people weighs heavily on their souls.
yeah.
So you won't hear them saying yay then.
Well, the Pikmin do, so they love it. But no, it's,
I do actually.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I want to point out that like one of my favorite things I love the Servbots is just how innocent they are. They are only doing all this messed up stuff because their mom's telling them to.
Yeah.
And so they're just going destroying the town. Meanwhile, they just have a smile on their face because they're making their mom happy. She's so proud of them when they do well. But when they don't do well, they go directly to the torture chamber. Which is if they have there's a sloth stat on them, and if you haven't made them do anything in a while, their sloth stat will go up, which like degrades all their stats and they'll stop listening to you. And so that's when, in order to decrease their sloth stat, you take them to the torture chamber where you teach them not to slack off. It is. I want to be clear. It is called the torture chamber. This is not played in any way other than you are torturing them with like. I think there's an anvil, a bunch of spikes that you pop below their feet, and like a flame geyser. That while they're like running around on a track in circles.
I'm glad this is not a real thing because I almost certainly would have been sent there.
Yeah, it's such a fun aspect of the game. There's such a juxtaposition where one moment Tron will be like, "Oh wow, you did really well. Good job, guys." She's so supportive, and then the next second she is just like lopping heads off.
The whole game is a lesson about parenting and the responsibilities you have as a parent.
Yeah, with your like 15,000 Servbots children. It's so many to micromanage, but gosh, they're so cute.
This is not the mini game then.
Yeah,
or is it?
It's kind of yeah. It's got like 4 or 5 different types of game within it.
So the way the game is structured is like Tron's brothers get kidnapped, and she's got to rescue them. They were actually kidnapped to work off a debt that one of them had taken out in secret. And so in order to get them back, you've got to pay off the debt. And so there's a few different sources of income, which like each of them are a different like little mini game kind of thing. Some are like more similar to the gameplay of Rockman Dash, and then others are completely different. Like one of them is like a block pushing puzzle game.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't there like a farm mini game where you like?
It's one of the ones where it does play more like Rockman Dash. It's sort of like you're trying to kidnap all of the cattle,
right?
And just like it's sort of like in that particular one, you have to defend the serve bots, and don't harm the cattle while trying to protect them from like all of the farm's defenses that are trying to stop you.
Yeah, it's a cool little game from what I've seen of it, and like as I say, it's weird because it is a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. It's a weird thing to say.
Spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool, and like it's really cool that it's had such an impact on people like yourself. Well, like, growing up, you saw it and just like, oh, I need to play this, and you know it lived up to the expectations, because expectations when you're younger are through the roof.
Well, no, I had. Keep in mind the way I was introduced to this game. I would have been surprised if the disc worked.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I didn't expect this to boot into an actual, genuine video game.
Do you know what's funny is this is almost my exact reaction to learning that the TV show Slippin' Jimmy was a thing. Do you know this? It's about Jimmy McGill from Better Call Saul. It's a cartoon.
No, I don't.
Do you see? It's I first saw it. I thought it was like a little joke that someone had made. It's an entire show. So Breaking Bad came out. The spin-off of that was Better Call Saul, and there's a spin-off of that which is a cartoon called Slippin' Jimmy about Jimmy when he's a kid.
Really?
And this is almost my exact reaction. Like, how is this a real? This can't be a real thing. Why would this happen? I guess a spin-off of a spin-off is just that's always going to be the reaction.
Yeah, it's an odd concept. Yeah, fair enough. That is cool. So, I guess the question for you, Game Champ, is like, out of all the Tron Bonne appearances, obviously this game, Rockman Dash 2, and are they also in like Marvel vs. Capcom? Maybe it's like briefly.
Yeah, I haven't like played that game series, but I know Tron is actually like a Marvel vs. Capcom mainstay. She's like one of the characters that for whatever reason is like in the main roster.
Well, out of all of those, which like is your favorite of their appearances? Like which game is like the most fun to see them in, I guess?
Misadventures of Tron Bonne. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It could maybe as a villain in Rockman Dash, they were amazing. And that
as far as I'm concerned, Tron is the main character of Misadventures of Tron Bonne, and she makes some boring cameos in these games I don't know.
That is fair. I respect this. No, it's genuinely, it's a really cool game. I like what I've seen of it, and I do actually want to properly play it at some point, because
I highly recommend it. Like it's just so like charming of a game in general. It's got so much personality put into it. Like it's just in particular, I like minigame collections where they're constantly switching up the gameplay. So it's like my perfect genre. Just throwing in all of the genres.
Yeah. Well, there was actually another game that released within that week. In fact, exactly 25 years ago, on May 2nd, Excitebike 64 released on the Nintendo 64 in North America. And it got an 88 on Metacritic with an 8.4 user score. So did quite well. The general consensus is the game is fun, but the announcer is the absolute worst and really drags down the rest of the game. I read that and had to try a bit of it to understand, and I do get it. Anytime you overtake someone or someone overtakes you or briefly bang into them or bang into a wall or do a good jump, or if they've just not been quiet for that long and they feel, no, you need to know that you're still in third place, they will chime in with Sarah Hill is in third. Sarah Hill made it into second place. It's basically like the Marion Sonic at the Olympic Games announcer, but like their dad. Like that's how I would describe them. And it is annoying because the game is genuinely very fun. It is a solid racing game. A little hard to control, sure, but a solid racing game. And I say that because it's a bike game on dirt, so it naturally would be hard to control in real life. So actually, it does a pretty good job of replicating that. But yeah, it's just it's fun. It's a cool game, and everyone is correct. It looks good for the age. It feels great to play. That announcer, please God, shut up. And I will give you my favorite comment from not Metacritic, from Game FAQs or Game Facts, however you pronounce it, I guess. By it's quite small. QXZ13. This was in 2001. Excitebike would have been a much more acceptable title. 3 out of 10.
I appreciate the creativity.
I enjoyed it. So I like to usually give you a quiz, if I can find one. And I could not find one for these. However, I do have one for Excitebikes. I have made something for you. There are 6 characters in the game. I have added 2 characters. Can you work out what the ones I created are?
I can tell you right now the answer is no. I have no
Well,
idea.
So I mentioned Sarah Hill earlier. The way the game does it is it has like their name and part of their name in brackets, like a nickname. So it's Sarah Sugar Hill. The sugar being in not brackets, in quotation marks.
Okay,
So
up till this point, I was convinced that you had made up Sarah Hill and put it in earlier to trick us, but
Have I?
I don't think you would come up with Sugar Hill.
Let's find out. Jumpin' Jim Rivers, Sarah Sugar Hill, Tricky Ricky Stern, Jesse the Outlaw James, Bobby Big Dog Malone, Tip Top Tom Tucker, Nigel the Duke York, Vicky the Vixen Steele. One thing I will say about one of the names, Jesse the Outlaw James, is not the male spelling of Jesse, it is the female spelling.
Okay.
Just thought that was important for the names. Can you work out which 2?
What are you thinking? Got any ideas, Game Champ?
I'm having trouble actually keeping them all in my head.
I can say them again if you'd like.
The Tip Top one. What was that one? Trevor Tip Top or something?
Tip Top Tom Tucker.
Tip Top Tom Tucker. Surely that's not real. Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, none of them are real. It's just whether you came up with them.
I made up all 8. That's true. Yeah. I spent 4 hours coming up with 8 very unconvincing names.
What was the big dog one?
Bobby Big Dog Malone.
Okay, I'm locking in those 2. Do you want to go over them again?
Sure. So there's Jumpin' Jim Rivers, Sarah Sugar Hill, Tricky Ricky Stern, Jesse the Outlaw James, Bobby Big Dog Malone, Tip Top Tom Tucker, Nigel the Duke York, Vicky the Vixen Steele.
Or would they come up with Nigel the Duke York? Is that something Is that too British?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
I'm gonna go with me. I'm locking in Tip Top and this Duke individual.
Okay.
I've already locked in mine earlier. I'm not going to change
So
it.
Game Champ, you're Tip Top Tom Tucker and Nigel the Duke York, and Emil, you're Bobby Big Dog and Tip Top.
Yeah.
Tip Top is correct. That is one of mine.
Yeah.
The other one is Jesse the Outlaw James.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was no way that could be it because you went into such intricate detail.
I did. I thought that
Now
was
I know.
fun.
Oh, that's such a Teal thing to do.
It sure is. I like tricking people in my questions. So in terms of the tracks, there are 20 tracks within the game. Half of them are basically like this area in Florida, this area in Ohio, this in like just a mentioning a location in a state. And then the others are like just names, like of just like cool dirt sounding names or like location sounding names. So again, here's a bunch of them. I've made up 2 fake ones. Can you work out what to do? So Mountain Quarry, Canyon Chasm, Granite Grotto, Congo Course, Rainforest Run, The Gravel Pit, Gold Mine Rush, Subterranean Sprint, Construction Yard, Blizzard Blitz. 2 of those are fake.
I think Subterranean Sprint is fake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All of these sound like things that you have made up.
In the past, at some point, yeah, probably would be, yeah.
What's the second one?
I had Canyon Chasm.
I'm gonna say the gold mine one is fake because why would you be racing through a gold mine?
Yeah, that's a good point. It does sound cool though.
Well,
yeah, that's convinced me. I'm sticking with those. I'm locking in those 2. Subterranean
Sprint, Gold Mine Rush. Okay. And Game Champ, what about you?
Could you repeat them so
I can
figure
absolutely.
out another one?
Yeah, sure. Mountain Quarry, Canyon Chasm, Granite Grotto, Congo Course, Rainforest Run, The Gravel Pit, Gold Mine Rush,
Congo Course. I'm gonna go with Congo Course.
Okay. And so Congo Course, and what was the other one for you?
The gold mine one.
Okay. Emil, you were correct about Subterranean Sprint.
Yeah, instantly something about it said Teal to me.
The other one
I don't know what.
My other one is Granite Grotto.
I was thinking that one, but I was convinced by the gold mine thing. That's why I would have gone for it.
I liked my fakes.
I don't know why. Those just in my head, those are things Teal would say.
Fair, okay. I didn't realize my questions were that predictable, but it's good notes to have. I'll come up with something that's worse. Less convincing.
I didn't get it. I was convinced by the gold mine argument, which so there is one where they go around a gold mine. Yeah, then
I guess so. I didn't play that track, but I guess so.
I'd like to see that.
But yeah, there you go. That's those are my little fake questions for you. I thought you would enjoy them. So hurrah! I won't be able to. Like, the only reason I made 2 questions is because, you know, playing the game and giving you a bunch of questions on the entire game is a lot of work.
Yeah, no, that was a good quiz, I thought.
So I thought I'd do something a little different. But next we have Thesaurus round time.
We need a jingle for this.
I did so badly last time.
Yeah, I did an easy one for you this time, hopefully.
Well, we'll see. I did maybe a hard one.
I think you go first, Teal.
Okay. Royal Monarch.
Well, I mean, isn't that all of them? Royal Monarch.
Well, the monarch is probably a king or queen.
Yeah, but it also could be prince or princess.
Does monarch apply to prince and princess?
I'm not sure.
Would you like me to tell you would you like me to tell you what that actually applies to in terms of a general scale?
Is it about a butterfly?
In this case, no. But I meant would you like to know what of the royal lineage it can apply to?
Go ahead.
It does not just apply to a king or queen. It can be any royal name.
Oh. Wait, when you say royal name,
So, like you were suggesting, prince, princess.
it could be majesty. Royal. What's another word for royal?
If it helps, it is mean.
Okay. Well, Royale with cheese.
Yes, you got. I'm so glad you actually got it. I thought it was going to take you ages. All right, you're one. Let's go.
Royal. Like regal? No, because I'm trying to think of names for games. I know there's no game that begins with regal. Royal monarch. Oh, if you like mess something up, you make like a royal mess. So royal might just mean great or big. Monarch. For that reason, I don't think it's king or queen, because Teal's just told us that it doesn't have to just be king or queen.
Well, you were asking if it applies to something like a prince or a princess, and I figured I would help you in the respect that it can apply to any.
I think you did the opposite of helping us.
Excellent. You're welcome.
I feel like Game Champ, you have more knowledge than me, so whatever hint helps you.
I can give you the year, or I can give you where it released.
What do you mean, where?
Well, like
PC
or console, like, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're just in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, no, somewhere in Germany. Germany. Which would you like to know?
I think knowing what consoles it's on would help.
PC or modern console?
Okay. Okay. Modern console.
Specifically modern.
Am I allowed to like Google to just to look up names of games?
You can look up names of games. You can't look up the words in a thesaurus.
No. Yeah, no. I'm more just trying to find.
Yes, I will allow you to look up the names of games. Yes.
Like I've got vague ideas of game names, but I'm not sure if they actually exist. Okay, well, this is definitely wrong. Ribbit King, I was not imagining things. That's an actual game, but I don't think Ribbit is very royal.
Ribbit?
Oh, Ribbit King.
The noise a frog makes?
Yeah. It's a golf game, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think so. If it's the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's a golf game where you play as frogs, and it's pretty cool. Think like a 3D version of the Kirby golf game.
You don't play as frogs, you launch frogs.
It released this year.
This year? Mm-hmm. Oh no. What's the full title of the Princess? Well, no, it won't be the Princess Peach game, because there's nothing there to say.
It was also last year.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know it's not Slay the Princess, because how does that royal?
It is not. Unless I'm making a very specific statement.
I really now cannot think of any games that came out this year. What's the Elden Ring DLC called?
Oh, well, that came out last year.
Oh, I have no idea when this year started. Do you want me to narrow down the release date? It won't help me. My brain's not working.
I'll do it anyway. The date of when this podcast goes out is May 2nd. It released in April.
April?
Yes.
I don't pay attention to games that come out.
April?
Yeah, you've definitely heard of this game.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to give up.
Really? Okay.
I cannot think of a game that came out last month except Croc.
Yeah, I'm honestly just convinced that I have never heard of this game, and I'm just gonna.
You're gonna be so angry at me. Blueprints.
Blueprints. I almost said that Royal is blue, and then I just dismissed the thought.
It is
I have not heard of this game.
Blueprints. It's a roguelike mana builder, I guess. You have been like left instructions in a will, and you have to explore the manor for secrets, but you build the rooms of the manor every day, and the manor shifts rooms, and it's
When
a
you
very...
said mana, I thought you meant MANA.
Oh yes, I can see how. Manor.
Yes.
The Manor, Lord of the Manor. It's a really cool looking game. I've been wanting to try it out, and it's been on my mind. So I decided Royal Monarch, and I knew the word royal was evil, but I saw it in the list. I was like, that is true, Royal Blue, and also it's
I just
good
need
for
someone to tell me all the time there are no bad ideas.
Yeah,
because
you
every
should just
time
say
I
them.
have an idea, I'm like, no, that's stupid, and I just dismiss it.
Yeah, and
It's the story of my life.
you said Royale with cheese.
No, that was a good idea.
Yeah, you got it. I said earlier, you got it from that. So it was a fantastic idea.
Are you ready for mine?
Yes.
I think at least Teal, you will get this one.
Okay. Will I?
It
Croc,
is.
Legend of the Gomez.
It is a volatile, delicate vagabond.
Volatile.
Hyperlight Drifter?
Immediately.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I had it in my head a couple seconds faster, but I was just like, there's no way I can just say it out loud and just get it right
You
immediately.
can.
That was amazing.
Well done. That was awesome. I would not have got that straight away.
Oh, I tried to make it easier specifically for Teal because
I did
he
badly
struggled
last
so
week.
much last time, but
Yeah. No,
not
that's...
relevant.
I'm sorry.
No, do not apologize. That was awesome. That was...
No, you just saved Teal like the embarrassment of not getting it.
Oh, I didn't know what a vagabond was, so
Oh, okay.
I guess drifter.
Yeah, a drifter.
Great. I now know. I'm sure it will come
It's a
up
good
everywhere.
word, vagabond.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those things where now that I've heard it, I hear it everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Which...
What was the middle word again? Because I only got the first and the last one, and I forgot the middle.
It was delicate.
Right, yes, light.
A light touch,
Yes,
just a delicate touch.
Very good. No points to me, no points to you. Point to Game Champ. You're a...
Hooray!
Congratulations.
We'll add it to the guest tally.
Yeah, I guess we should have like a guest tally as well. But well, last thing we usually do is we have interactions with the viewers. But we're still actually quite early on in this thing. We released the thing literally yesterday, and it's
two is quite early in
yes.
the grand scheme of numbers.
Yes, so we basically, please do send emails into gamingtakesages@gmail.com if you'd like to share stories, anecdotes, ask us a question. If you share stories about the games that are coming up, I'll tell you what games are coming up at the end of the podcast, so that'd be very cool. We'd love to hear what you have to say, what you have to ask. On the topic this week, since you're here, Game Champ, you can answer one or both questions, but it's either the best self-imposed challenge in a game or the hardest self-imposed challenge. Figured since you're here, this is the perfect question because you've done a lot. It's impressive.
Well, my answer is unchanged on if it's specifically the challenge and not the video I made about it, because I've got different opinions on that.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'd like to hear both.
Yeah.
Well, if it's specifically the challenge, it is Pokemon damageless. There's no question whatsoever.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, I want to point out, nobody's done it a second time. Everybody else who did it, they did it with saves.
Right.
I did the entire game.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, It's a lot. It's a lot. So what's the different answer? Like,
For like my favorite video, so that one I wiffle waffle a little bit, but it's torn between the two-parter Breath of the Wild pauseless and Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Well, level 1, that is.
Yeah. It's hard. I've not been level 1. It's too much for me. It's fun, but it's so hard. So yeah, so those are your hardest. Have you got, or was that do you have a favorite?
Well, Pokemon was the hardest and favorite.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Both at the same time.
Fair enough.
And the Breath of the Wild and Kingdom Hearts were like my favorite video that I made about a challenge run.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, and again, fantastic videos. You can plug your stuff in a little bit, but like, yeah, your videos are incredible. So much work goes into every single one. They always have twists and turns that you're not going to expect, and also the title / thumbnail is always no, surely you can't do the question that you are asking. That's not possible. What are you talking about? No, I will click, actually. I wanna see. Oh, we can. Oh, okay. Because it's just always a fun ride to dive into.
Yeah, I actively go for like the ones I get the most excited about are the ones that are obviously impossible, and yet.
Well, my hardest, I'm going to be giving you a small spoiler, Game Champ. My hardest is Ratchet & Clank PS4. Wrench only, specifically. So, for those who don't know, Ratchet & Clank PS4 is a remake of the original Ratchet & Clank game to tie in with the movie that they released. It is a great game. It's a fantastic game. It is a horrible, horrible game if you're playing it wrench only. And I will tell you why. You cannot do it in normal difficulty. You have to do it in challenge mode, because there is a bunch of sections at the beginning that force you to use a weapon. So there's a bunch of like gates where they're like, use this bomb glove and it will blow open the gates. You can get around that by having completed the game and using the invincibility cheat to glitch yourself out of bounds and bounce around it all. And then there is a door that it wants you to shoot with a blaster, which is impossible to hit with the wrench. However, in challenge mode, the door is just unlocked. It's just not there. So, problem solved. Challenge mode is the way to go. The final boss, and this is not an exaggeration, takes 2,000 hits and took 6 hours per attempt.
Attempt is a horrible way to end that sentence.
Yep, not just overall, per attempt. So I did not do it in one go. Of course I didn't, because the boss does like 70 damage per hit, and it's just like, oh my. And there's other stuff that I won't say because of spoilers or whatever, but like there's a lot of micromanaging in many ways, and oh boy, but there's so many sections in the final areas of the game that just break you. There's a room where these like robots are heading towards a button. If they hit the button, like a laser beam comes down and you just die instantly. Doesn't matter how much health you have. There are sections where it's basically an army of 10 of them heading towards that button, and they all, in challenge mode, take 40 hits to kill. It is so brutal. It is the absolute ultimate in micromanaging, and it is the worst experience I've ever had in a challenge run. And Game Champ, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about knowing this exists?
Actually, I feel very relieved, because I was expecting this to be hard based on what I've heard, but you said the golden words that this is all in challenge mode.
Yes.
I would ban challenge mode, because you can't unlock challenge mode
without
Sure.
beating the game. because
Sure.
I'm very purist about if you're gonna do it has to be from a fresh save.
Fair enough.
You can't like use guns to beat the game in order to reach challenge mode, because at that point, so what you're telling me is in order to beat it with only the wrench, you need to use guns.
Yes, you do. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
So if it's not in challenge mode, presumably everybody's going to have a lot less health. Yay.
I don't believe you can do it outside of challenge mode.
But it'll probably be
you know of.
Well, yes, okay, that's true. I'm still pretty sure you can't. I have my reasons for knowing why, but you'll get there, and then you'll be like, yeah, okay. It's genuinely though. Ratchet and Clank All for One, which is the like online Ratchet game, there are sections which can't be done without weapons. However, there were a couple of people for a little bit trying to work out ways to get past them, and they nearly succeeded. I reckon it might be possible. I'm down to try with you if you want help for it. I'm down to give it a whirl.
I'm getting close to that point in the series, like casually. So I would look into doing it wrench only once I reach that point. Yeah. Like within the videos.
What was the last one you did? Was it you did Tools of Destruction? Did you also do Quest for Booty, or did you?
It was Tools of Destruction was the most recent one.
Yeah.
And I believe the next one is Secret Agent Clank.
Oh, that's true. That did come before. Oh boy. Good luck.
I can't wait. Mostly because I'm just going to use it as an excuse to yell at everybody for disliking the game, because I love it. It's the best Ratchet and Clank game.
I like it a lot. I think it's great, but it's brutal. Like, good luck.
I didn't realize you like it. Whoops, never mind.
Other than that, my favorite self-imposed challenge is either Mario Party Blindfolded with you, Emil. That was super fun.
The Angel and Devil thing?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was just really funny. And like, it was really fun to do it because I couldn't see what was going on, and watching it back was even funnier. So it's a good memory. But otherwise, and I know it sounds crazy, Mario Party 9 speedrunning. I love speedrunning that game. It is stupid. No one should speedrun Mario Party 9 because by all accounts you can't, because you're all in the same car. But there's so much strategy that you can actually find within that game. And it's just so much fun. I love working out the maths of what is achievable and how you achieve it. And like, there was a time where I knew at every single spot on each board, whatever roll we got, I knew exactly where we would land. There was a time I knew everything about that game, and it's been purged from my mind. But it was a fantastic time to try. I do recommend people giving Mario Party 9 a go, because it is criminally underrated, and also speedrunning it is a fun way to experience it in a different way. Can recommend. Emil, what about you?
Well, it's a bit different for me because it's not really a thing that I do, at least not in the way you two do. So it was difficult for me to think, because honestly, the hardest self-imposed challenge was committing to beating Crash Bash in that short amount of time. Because the way I play games is I usually not for longer than many hours at a time, whereas you and I were grinding out the whole day trying to beat Skyballs.
Yeah.
For 21 hours, was it?
18 overall.
18.
That was across like the online version we did as well, when we did it via emulator. It was I think it was 15 hours. It was 15 hours at my place.
Right.
We beat it with an emulator because the PS3 was running faster.
Yes.
So the emulated version made it less impossible because it was running, I think,
that was
15 to 20% faster.
And the challenge was literally just beating a game the normal way that you're intended to do so. But yeah, that was not fun. But other than that, see, I used to go around to my cousin's house fairly often, and they would they would be playing FIFA, which is not a game that is in any way interesting to me. Sorry, FIFA fans. But they also had the Guitar Hero controllers. So I used to just join playing the Guitar Hero controller, which you can actually do.
That's cool.
Somehow, I don't think you can win. You can't really run around, but you can pass and stuff. And as well, me and my friends, we used to play a lot of Star Wars Battlefront. The old one, the real one, not the remake. And we used to do things like we'd each have some kind of hindrance. So sometimes we put tracing paper over one of the screens of the TV, so you get a really blurry.
Oh, that's fun.
And then someone's upside down, someone is playing one-handed, and then someone is playing outside, looking through the window. So that was interesting. That was fun.
Before we end, I wanna go on a small rant about Apple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, red apples, hate them. Granny Smith all the way. No, yeah. So when making a podcast, you have to work out where the podcast is going to go, and also how you get it there. Because I wasn't sure how you upload podcasts to places because I hadn't done it before. So the places you can find this podcast are on YouTube, and it has our faces on it. Whoa, it's more interactive. But you can also get it on Spotify, Amazon Music, or Apple iTunes / Apple Podcasts. I believe they fall under the same bracket. So you don't actually need to sign up to Apple or Spotify or Amazon or whatever. You actually go through a sort of hub like Acast or RSS, somewhere like that, and they basically, it goes there and they upload it and distribute it to the other locations for you, and it's super easy. You just click a button and say connect here, put it there, cool. The only reason you would sign up, because there are a couple of places where you can do this which cost money, and I don't have money to do that, or there are some which do it for free, and you get less perks. One of those less perks is analytics. So you would get the analytics from the places by signing up to them, and analytics are really helpful because they tell you what the numbers are for each podcast. They let you learn more, and if you like numbers, there's a lot of them, so that's really nice. So I signed up to Apple, and they sent me an email asking to verify, which, fair enough, most places do that, if not all. And then after I did that, it asked me to sign in again, so I did. I again got an email basically saying that I breached the terms of service. So I was like, okay, why have I breached the terms of service? It didn't tell me. It just said I breached the terms of service. It didn't give me any info, but I can click this button to appeal the breach that I've not caused because I literally just signed up to the account. You might be thinking, what am I appealing? Because, in Instagram and Twitter, they sometimes ask for you to, give a selfie just to prove you're a human being, and that's fair enough. I'm happy to do that. I clicked the appeal button, and it said your appeal has been submitted. And then you may be thinking, what did you appeal? What did you send in? What was the thing you did? I don't know what I did wrong, apart from sign up, and I don't know what I appealed because they didn't ask me to provide anything. They shortly after sent me another email saying my account has been terminated. I lost the appeal. So I looked up, surely that I am not the only person this has happened to. And sure enough, this is not just a me situation. However, other people, it's not people who just made an account. These are people who've had an account for decades, so have lost their data, their apps, the music they've bought, everything tied to that Apple account because of literally nothing. They are not told what the breach is. They are not given any info to appeal. They just get told you've breached you've breached something. Appeal, lose. And that's Apple. What the hell are you doing? What is this? It is unbelievably bad.
So nobody knows why that happened?
Seemingly not. People have tried to get in contact with Apple's support to no avail and have just lost however much they had. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. It seems to be
Okay.
a random thing. Like, it just might happen. I was, I guess, lucky that it happened upon sign up. So, no, Apple, I won't get your analytics. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Tell me if you're enjoying this on Spotify. Email us at gamingtakesages.com. Have you had Apple problems in the past? Do you like red or green? Tell me. What? Come on. Email
What
us
about those cosmic
questions.
crisps, though, huh?
Yeah. So, there you go. That was... I figured I needed to tell that. I wasn't expecting it. It was very stressful. But, yeah. Game Champ, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. I hope you've had fun. Would you like to... Sorry. Would you like
Absolutely. Thank you for...
to... We will interrupt each other forever. You speak and then I will speak again. And then I will speak and you speak. And we will do this. The podcast will never end.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you. That was it.
Was that so hard, Teal?
Yes! It was! No, it's been a pleasure. Would you like to plug your channels and whatnot and tell us more about what you do?
Oh, yeah. I have a channel called Game Champ 3000 on YouTube. I mostly do videos where I play video games incorrectly on purpose, similar to what Teal does sometimes. That's... I play video games out of order, too. I made a couple videos about that. I think that's it.
Yeah, you're underselling just how good your videos actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're just epic videos. They're just epic journeys of, oh, this thing is surely impossible, but no, actually I will defy the odds. Here's why it's not, and it's super cool every single time. So thank you for all of the, I imagine, quite stressful work you've done over the years. Because as fun as I'm sure you do find the challenges, because I enjoy the challenges I do, it's still stressful at points. Very much so. So, no, thank you.
Sometimes.
But, yeah, I look
Have you ever
forward
had to give up on one? Because it just didn't work.
Because they didn't work? Yeah, a few, but those ones aren't white whales. The white whale is the one that I had to give up on because it was hard. It's Castlevania.
Ooh.
It was Castlevania without breaking Dracula's stuff was what the title would be. So basically you are only allowed to defeat bosses. You can't defeat any basic enemies or even environmental stuff.
God.
Like the candles.
That's so hard.
Yeah, we got all the way to Death, who is like the boss immediately before Dracula. Which, once we get to Dracula, the run is easy because Dracula is his own continue point.
Like, I haven't played much Castlevania, but I know what that entails, and oh my word, like that's so demanding.
Yeah, the big thing is Death. He summons like 3 or 4 scythes simultaneously, which just spin around the room and home directly on your position. And like they have these patterns of movement where like they'll start moving in your direction and be locked on, but like they can move past you until they stop. And they're all desynced. They're not moving at the same time.
Oh my god. I feel pain just thinking about what you've tried. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for joining. Next week, we're going to be looking at Metal Gear Ghost Babel for the Game Boy Color, and then the week after that, we will be looking at SimCity 3000 Unlimited. So if you've got any anecdotes about the games coming up, or you want to just ask us a question that we'll answer in the final segment, or you want to share a different story, like what apples you enjoy, we would love to know at gamingtakesages@gmail.com or in the YouTube comments, because YouTube has comments and they are helpful. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
But first.
Gaming bloody well takes bloody ages.
Takes ages.
Goodbye!